Well, hello there. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. What we do is we take a look at a can of beer, bottle of beer, sometimes a spirit or even wine will drop by. We're all friends in fermentation. We'll read the label, read everything on the label, check out the artwork, see what they're trying to sell us, crack it open, and see if it meets expectations. All right, what do we have here today? From Test. Wow. Okay, let's see if it's got it's a first edition double India Pale Ale. Okay, here we go. Brewed and canned by Great South Bay Brewery, Bayshore, New York. Okay, so this is from the Great South Bay Brewery in Bayshore, New York. It says it is a double India Pale Ale, 8% alcohol by volume, brewed with barley, wheat, oats, and filtered New York water. Okay, oats. Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of body to this one. Keep cold, drink fresh. And it's from At the Test Brewery. Okay. Surgeon General's warning for me not to operate machinery, drive a car, or if I'm a woman, get pregnant. So I don't have to worry about any of those. It says it's a first edition. I don't know what that means. The Four Sites, DIPA, the Four Sites Double India Pale Ale. It has a very, if you can see that, it has a very oriental design to this. And what that means, I have no idea. But what I am going to go with is the 8% alcohol by volume, and it is a double India Pale Ale. India Pale Ales are traditionally copper colored to brass colored, not too dark, but with a relatively stable head at 8% alcohol. It might not hold its head too long. I'm expecting a lot of hops both in the aromatics as well as in the body, in the flavor of the beer. And as far as body goes, I would say probably a medium, not a full bodied, but a medium bodied beer. So I'm looking for a medium bodied, copper colored, fairly nice head with some aromatics and some flavors that really are kick in the teeth hops. All right, let's crack it open and see if the Four Sites meets those expectations. You notice we always use the same style of glassware for all of our tastings. That way none of the beers have a leg up when it comes to either clarity or aromatics. Well, it's a hazy one. We have the oats in there, that's for sure. All right. Well, a double India Pale Ale. All beers should be served at the correct temperature. Take a look, the banner right up there lets you know exactly what temperature your beer should be served at. This one is an India Pale Ale. I taste most of my ales at 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Lagers I'll serve 37 to 47 degrees Fahrenheit. I always test the temperature of the beers. I have a Thermopen Lollipop thermometer from the folks at Thermopen. They sent it to me. There is a link in the description box down below for more information. All right, what do we got here? 47 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is a little low for an ale, but it just means that I can let it sit there and warm up a little bit. The head looks good. As I say, with the oats, I'm expecting the haziness. Most people, when they do their tastings, they'll take a look, they'll sniff, and they'll sip, and then they'll tell you what they think. Well, I don't. I take a look, I sip first, and then sniff. Why? I'll let Master Sommelier Fred Dex explain it all to you right up there. He's a lot better at it than I am. Okay, well, here we go. It looks like an India Pale Ale, except it is hazy, and I'm just, that was one of the things about beers that it might make it feel a little bit more lush in the flavor, but it's certainly, I was looking for a clear beer. The head has gone down. It was close to 2 fingers, so let's take a sip. First sip. Cheers. You'll notice I took 2 sips. The first is an acclimation sip because the taste buds weren't paying any attention to what I was saying, and they'd gone to sleep, and all of a sudden they get woken up with a whoosh of cool liquid, and they have no idea what the flavors are, so they need me to wake them up a little bit. Well, I was right there telling me that this is a very lush beer, a very creamy beer. It has definitely the malt characteristics, not so much sweet, but is in grainy. However, the hops in here are not, first of all, are not traditional, what I would think of as traditional hopping for an India Pale Ale. And since we're on this side of the Atlantic, that's not unusual. However, they aren't as aggressive as I was expecting. So let's go in for the first nosedive. There they are. There they are. But again, this is a very subtle. If perhaps the artwork here is trying to portray the subtlety of Eastern thought, that might be it. And if that's part of it, well, there you go. So, does tests the 4 sites DIPA meet expectations? Again, if I factor in the subtlety on the artwork, yes, I would say so. It's a pleasant beer. But it's just not what I expected as an IPA, let alone a DIPA. Well, if you enjoyed this presentation, please don't hesitate to click on the subscribe button and the bell. A thumbs up would be great, and a comment would be really appreciated. I'm Pete LaFrance, the Old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.